Welcome to the Oldsmobile Par Excellence Information Network. My name is Chuck Neff. My colleague is Dana Eubanks. Dana and I will be joined from time to time by two other associates who will help us give you an under-the-skin, behind-the-scenes look at the exciting 1986 Oldsmobile Toronado.
Tom Ingram will lead us in exploring the high-tech world of the Toronado's sophisticated electronics. And Linda Hurd will take an up-close look at Toronado's interior, which is a new experience in comfort, convenience, and luxury. We'll also hear from leading Oldsmobile designers and engineers who will help make our look at the new Oldsmobile Toronado a different kind of experience, a new adventure in innovative design and engineering.
Through the eye of the camera and the magic of video disc, we want to give you a look at the extraordinary new Toronado like you could not have in any other way, to show you some of its many features which make this Oldsmobile one of the finest driver's cars on the American road, or any road for that matter. Dana and Linda will discuss the 1986 Oldsmobile warranty. You'll be interested in what they have to say, and you'll certainly want to read the warranty, owner's manual, and other information which your Oldsmobile certified sales consultant will review with you when your new Oldsmobile is delivered.
So stay tuned, and when the index appears, follow the instructions for an up-close look at the 1986 Oldsmobile Toronado, or for more facts about the 1986 warranty.
In the exciting world of automobile design, the new cars of today have been several years in the making and are like old friends to their creators. For example, you'll easily recognize this rendering as the 1986 Oldsmobile Toronado. And yet, if you were to look closely, you'd see where artist Andy Hansel dated it November 1980. So what's been happening in the meantime? And what's so special about this Toronado other than its new look? What should you and I know about this new Oldsmobile? To find out, we've asked the chief of Oldsmobile Design Studio One, John Perkins, and the head of the Olds Interior Design Studio, Larry Wallen, to give us an insider's look at this outstanding new Oldsmobile. First, here's John Perkins. John, when this artist concept was drawn, what was the idea behind the new Toronado? I mean, you'll have to admit that this is a radical departure from the Toronado of 1981, which was just coming out when this was being created.
Well, Chuck, our design team set out to redefine the 1986 Toronado as a personal luxury coupe. We knew that '86 would be a very significant year for us. After all, it was the 20th anniversary of the Toronado. And very early on, we felt that the car should have, in all views, a very strong and recognizable theme. We also felt that the car should be more of a driver's car, perhaps a more sophisticated image, a car that looked like it was a thoroughbred. Aerodynamics, of course, played a very important role in shaping the new Toronado, with a very soft and rounded look, but taut in every respect. So we followed the car from the initial designer sketches, through the clay model, and through a finished fiberglass appearance model, to create what we think is one of the finest Toronados ever, a car that our entire team can be proud of.
There can be no doubt that all those who worked so long to create this truly outstanding new Toronado are very proud of their accomplishments. John, from your point of view, what are the important design features of the new Toronado?
Well, I think one of our most distinctive design features, Chuck, is right up front with the full-width horizontal grille. It's combined with concealed headlamp doors, which in this case drop down and away, which give us, I believe, a more improved nighttime lighting and also better aerodynamics than would be a flip-up type of door.
Was that part of the reason you decided to do this flip down rather than flip up?
Well, I think number one, we felt concealed headlamps were right for this car, but we realized the penalties that were in flip-up headlights, both aesthetically and in the aerodynamics, so they kind of went hand in hand.
It's not just the front end, the whole car is aerodynamically sound.
Well, that's true. You have to think of the total vehicle, and of course, we had a major aerodynamic emphasis on this car starting with the early sketch right on through a scale model which went to the wind tunnel, followed up with a full-size aerodynamic test model where each area of the car was optimized for less drag, better airflow.
Is aerodynamics one reason the front end is so low?
I think, again, that's twofold. We just happen to like low hoods and feel that they're a contemporary design message. But the data from the wind tunnel tells us that they're also very good aerodynamically. So that's kind of what gave birth to the overall silhouette of the car. If you notice, it has a gentle wedge direction, where the low penetrating hood is combined with a high crisp deck lid.
Tell me about the hood. That's a little unique this year as well.
Well, in addition to being very curved and low in side view, if you were in a helicopter looking down on this, you would notice that the car has quite a bit of taper in what we call plan view. The fenders are actually tapered inward as they approach the front end of the car. And again, this is a three-dimensional form that gives us the aerodynamic improvement.
As we work our way back, what about the windshield?
If you look closely, you'll notice that the windshield is very flush to the adjacent sheet metal and pillars around it. In fact, so are the side glass and quarter window panels built flush. Part of that aero story is also the patch mirror, which has a low drag number.
When you stand back and look at this car, you can't help but notice the styling and how distinctive it is.
I think that was put in the initial theme sketches that we did on the car. And what we landed with was called a Venturi theme, where the lower curved rocker line interplays against the smooth belt line. In fact, there are no straight lines in the car. You'll notice to amplify that, the cowl line blends right around into the belt line rather than a normal offset.
Part of the look is the paint, two tones.
In fact, that's on all Toronados to amplify this Venturi theme. It gives us a thinning of the body side and I think a longer overall look to the car.
And it's a look that goes all the way back to the tail, right?
Yes, in fact, the Venturi theme allows us to flow with this upswept rear right into the rear end crisp deck edge.
We hear a lot about this being called a driver's car. Is it?
I think it is. I think it looks that way, and I know it handles that way. We have, for the first time for Oldsmobile Toronado, a third-level sophisticated suspension complete with aluminum alloy wheels and Series 60 tires. So I believe the car will perform like a thoroughbred.
There are a lot of people who may say that this looks like a European-style car. It's a lot more than that, isn't it?
I hope so. I see some similarities in the cleanness of the look. However, I think we may have gone beyond some of the European-styled cars where they have many lines and crisp edges. The Toronado, to me, is more of a total form statement. In fact, you'll notice that there are no hard fender lines on either the front or the rear quarter.
That's part of the aerodynamic story again, right?
That works hand in hand with the aerodynamic story.
Tell me about the aerodynamics in the rear.
Well, again, just like the low hood that we mentioned, the crisp deck edge is very compatible with a low overall drag number.
What about the tail, the rear end, in that look?
Again, in the rear, we feel that we have a very distinctive design with the full-width, slim tail light. It's fully illuminated with 10 bulb unit. It goes all the way across the car.
If you had to summarize your thoughts about the 1986 Toronado, what would they be?
Chuck, in my opinion, it's the most advanced personal luxury coupe in the world.
We have really been treated to a very special look at the new Toronado. It is a car that has been rethought, reshaped, and reborn. And John, thank you for sharing your insight with us.
My pleasure.
But this car's beauty is far more than just skin deep, as we are about to hear from Linda Hurd, who is with Chief Interior Designer Larry Wallen.
Thank you, Chuck. And now we're ready to enter a new world of Toronado luxury and performance. Larry, you and John have referred to this as a driver's car. Tell me more about it.
Linda, the 86 Toronado is not only functional and high-tech, it's sophisticated and elegant. While John and his people were designing the exterior, trimming off the excess fat, we were aggressively attacking the interior design. We designed the driver cockpit to be as spacious and as open as possible.
I can see there's a lot of legroom.
There certainly is. We have every bit as much room on the inside of the new Toronado as we had on the 1985 Toronado.
That's impressive. I understand there have been some advancements with the seating this year.
There certainly have, Linda. As you can tell, the seats are much thinner, leaner than our old design. We've added some power lumbar and thigh supports to these seats that were not in the 1985 program. Along with our bucket seat design, we have a 45-55 bench seat, which will allow us to have a full-width interior.
Larry, it would be difficult to say which is the one most impressive new feature, but the electronic instrument panel is certainly the most visible.
As a matter of fact, we have a buck that'll demonstrate all of the features of the new 86 Toronado instrument panel.
Let's take a look.
Linda, the instrumentation is precise, reliable. It's the ultimate in advanced technology. To the left of the steering column is the light switch, interior lights, twilight sentinel, the English metric button, and our systems monitor button. The instrument cluster is a full gauge pack consisting of a voltmeter, temperature gauge, fuel gauge, oil pressure gauge, and in the center a digital speedometer. Just below the speedometer is the driver information center, which in a normal running mode displays a tachometer. It also displays fuel used, which in this case is 6.4 gallons, the fuel economy button, 29 instantaneous miles per gallon, the range, 256 miles to go. To the right of the cluster, within easy viewing of the driver, is the radio and HVAC control. Access into the body computer is made through that HVAC control, which is probably the most innovative use of our computer technology.
To Larry Wallen and John Perkins, thank you for an outstanding presentation of the most advanced personal luxury coupe on the face of the earth. That's what Oldsmobile says about the new Toronado, and we've just seen many of the reasons why. Of course, there's nothing like your own up-close look at this exciting new Oldsmobile. You'll find it to be a superb automobile. You'll also find one of the most exciting cars you have ever driven. And take it from Chuck and me, there's nothing like that special feel this car has out on the open road. It's pure and simply a driver's car. So, go and drive.